The video started with shaking hands. "Play it again." Ashley's voice cracked, but she didn't look away from the screen. "Are you sure?" Wesley asked, hovering over the laptop like he might shut it any second. "Play it," Maurice snapped. The room was silent except for the hum of the air conditioner. Click. The footage rolled again, grainy. Black and white. 2:13 a.m. The office was supposed to be empty, but someone was there. A figure moved slowly past the reception desk. Not rushing. Not hiding, just walking, like they belonged there. Ashley leaned closer. "Pause it." Wesley paused. Zoom. The face wasn't clear. But the posture. The walk. Kim covered her mouth. "No. No way." Talon stepped back. "That's not possible." Morris's jaw tightened. "Then explain it." No one spoke, because the person in the footage was someone who had already left the building hours earlier, or at least. They were supposed to run the next clip. Ashley whispered. Wesley hesitated. "You're not ready for that." "Play it." Click. 2:47 a.m. Same night, different camera, break room. The figure stood still this time, not moving, just staring at the camera. Ashley felt a chill crawl up her spine. Why would they just stand there? No one answered, because something felt wrong, very wrong. Then suddenly, the figure smiled, not normal, not friendly. Slow, deliberate, like they knew something no one else did. Kim screamed, "Turn it off." But Wesley didn't move, because at that exact moment, the screen glitched, and for one split second, there was someone else behind the figure, watching. Ashley stood up fast. Who else has access to this footage? Maurice shook his head slowly. "Only us." Talon whispered, "Then who is that?" Silence, heavy, suffocating. Ashley turned back to the screen, her voice barely audible. "What did we actually catch?" The room didn't feel the same anymore. Nobody sat down, nobody relaxed. It was like the air itself had changed. Ashley folded her arms tightly. "We're not leaving until we figure this out." Maurice let out a dry laugh. "Figure what out?" "That someone is walking around the office at 2 a.m. smiling at cameras like a psychopath." "Or that we're missing something," Wesley added quietly. Kim shook her head. "No. No, this is wrong. This is very wrong." Talon stepped forward. "Let's stop guessing. Let's check earlier footage." Ashley nodded immediately. "Good. Go back." Wesley rewound the footage. 11:32 p.m. Normal office activity. People packing up. Lights turning off. Ashley pointed at the screen. "Pause." There, near the accounting desk, someone was still working. Maurice leaned in. "Who's that?" Zoom. The image sharpened just enough. Kim's eyes widened. That's me." Silence. Ashley turned slowly. "Kim, you said you left at 10. "I did." Kim snapped, panic rising. "I did. I remember leaving. Then who is that?" Maurice cut in. Kim shook her head rapidly. "I don't know. That's not possible." Wesley spoke softly. "Let it play." The footage continued. Kim, or whoever it was, sat still, typing, not moving much. Then suddenly, the screen flickered, just for a second, and when it came back, the chair was empty. No movement, no walking away, just gone. "Pause it." Talon shouted. Wesley froze the frame. Empty chair. Ashley's voice dropped. "Where did she go?" No answer. Kim was shaking now. "I swear. I wasn't there." Maurice turned to her slowly. "You expect us to believe someone just vanished? I don't know what that is." Kim cried. "That's not me." Ashley looked back at the screen. Something wasn't right. Zoom into the desk. Wesley zoomed in. Files, papers, a laptop, and one small detail that made Ashley's stomach drop. That file. Maurice frowned. "What about it?" Ashley whispered. "That's the missing finance report." Silence exploded in the room. Talon stepped forward. "The one that disappeared last week?" Ashley nodded slowly. "Yes. Wesley looked confused. So, the thief is Kim? No. Kim shouted instantly, but Ashley didn't respond. Her eyes were locked on the screen, thinking, connecting dots. Then she said something that made everyone freeze. Or someone wants it to look like Kim. Maurice leaned back. So now we have a ghost. A missing file. And fake identities? Ashley didn't smile. This isn't random. She pointed at the screen again. It's planned. Kim whispered, almost to herself, why me? Ashley didn't answer immediately. Her eyes moved slowly across the footage, studying, calculating, then finally, because whoever is doing this. She turned to them. Knows all of us. The room went dead silent, because now, this wasn't just about a thief anymore. It was something else, something deeper, something inside the office. Ashley took a slow breath. Run the next clip. Wesley hesitated. You sure? Ashley didn't blink. Very. Don't skip anything this time. Ashley's voice was firm now. No fear. Just control. Wesley nodded and pulled up another camera feed. Storage room, he said. Camera 4. Maurice frowned. No one goes there at night. Exactly, Ashley replied. Play it. 1:58 a.m., the storage room appeared, dark, cramped, filled with old files and unused equipment. Nothing moved, nothing breathed, for a few seconds. Everything looked normal, then, the door creaked open. Slowly, everyone in the room leaned forward. A figure stepped in, this time clearer, closer. Ashley's heart skipped. That's Talon. All eyes snapped toward him. Talon froze. What? No. No way. Maurice pointed at the screen. That is literally you. Same height. Same jacket. Same walk. Talon shook his head. I wasn't here. I left before 11. Then explain why you're on camera at 2 a.m., Kim shot back, her voice shaking with anger. Wait, Wesley interrupted. Look at what he's doing. The footage zoomed in. Talon, or whoever it was, walked straight to a locked cabinet. Ashley whispered, that's where sensitive contracts are kept. The figure reached into his pocket, pulled out a key, and opened it. Maurice slammed the table. How do you have access to that? I don't. Talon shouted. I've never even seen that key. But the video didn't stop. Inside the cabinet, the figure pulled out a file, not just any file, a red-marked folder. Ashley's breath caught. No, what? Wesley asked. Ashley didn't look away. That's the legal case file. The one we buried. Silence, heavy, uncomfortable. Kim stepped back. What do you mean buried? No one answered, because suddenly, the story wasn't just about theft anymore. Keep playing, Ashley said quietly. The figure turned, walked toward the camera. And then, stopped, right in front of it, face visible now, clear, undeniable. It was Talon, but his expression was wrong, too calm, too empty. Then he spoke, low. Slow, barely above a whisper. I told you. Not to hide it. The audio cut, the screen glitched, and the footage ended. No one moved. Talon looked like he might collapse. I never said that. Maurice stared at him, but the camera says you did. Ashley's mind was racing now. Too many pieces, too many lies. She turned slowly to the group. Who else knew about that file? No one answered, and that was the answer. Ashley exhaled. This isn't random. She looked at each of them. One of us is lying. Nobody trusted anyone anymore. Not after that video, not after that voice. Ashley broke the silence. Everyone drop your phones on the table. Kim frowned. What? Now. One by one. They obeyed, reluctantly. Ashley picked up Morris's phone first, unlocked, scrolled, then paused. What is this? Maurice stiffened. What? Ashley turned the screen toward everyone. A group chat, private, hidden, only 3 members, Maurice, Wesley, and Talon. Kim's eyes widened. You guys have a secret group chat? Talon shook his head quickly. I didn't even know about that, stop lying. Kim snapped. You were just on camera stealing files. I didn't do that. Enough. Ashley shouted. Silence dropped again. Ashley read one of the messages out loud. Make sure she never finds out. Kim stepped back slowly. She. Who is she? No one spoke. Ashley scrolled further. More messages. More secrets. Then she froze. Her voice dropped. This is about me. Maurice looked away. That was all the confirmation she needed. Ashley's chest tightened. You've been planning something behind my back. Wesley shook his head. It's not what you think, then explain it. Talon stepped forward. I swear I didn't send those messages. Ashley laughed bitterly. Oh really? So now we have ghost employees and ghost texts. Kim whispered. What were you guys hiding? No one answered, because whatever it was big. Ashley placed the phone down slowly, her voice calm. But deadly, this company. She looked around. Is built on lies, isn't it? Maurice finally spoke, low, defeated. You don't understand. Ashley cut him off. Then make me understand. But before he could speak, Wesley's laptop made a sound. A new file, automatically opened. No one touched it. The screen lit up. New footage, different camera, conference room, and what they saw next made everything worse. Ashley whispered. Who started this? The laptop screen flickered again. No one touched it. No one clicked anything. But the video started playing anyway. Conference room, 2:11 a.m., the same office, but this time. All of them were inside the footage. Ashley froze. That's us. Maurice stepped back. No. That's impossible. On screen, they were all seated around the table, arguing, but in real life. They were standing, watching. Wesley whispered, this was recorded. After we got here. Kim shook her head, that makes no sense. But then, on screen Ashley stood up, the recorded Ashley, and said something that made real Ashley's blood run cold. I know one of you is working with them. Silence in the real room. Maurice swallowed hard. They edited this. Ashley didn't blink. No, this is live. Talon pointed at the screen. Look. The recorded version of him pulled out a folder, the red file again, but this time, he placed it in front of someone, a shadowy figure at the end of the table, not clearly visible, not fully human looking on camera. Kim whispered, who is that? The screen glitched violently, and the footage stopped. Ashley turned slowly. We're being watched while we're watching. Maurice suddenly laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was breaking his mind. This is insane. Ashley turned sharply. No. It's not. She walked toward the wall, the hidden camera, small black lens, barely noticeable. We installed these cameras. She said slowly, to catch a thief. Kim nodded, yes. Ashley turned, but what if that was never the real reason? Silence. Wesley frowned. What are you saying? Ashley pointed at the footage. These cameras didn't just start recording after the theft complaints. She zoomed into the timeline logs. Kim stepped closer. They were active before. Maurice froze. That's not possible. Ashley looked at him. It is. Someone activated them early. Talon whispered, so we weren't watching the thief. Ashley finished the sentence, that we were the ones being watched. Suddenly the lights flickered, once, twice, and every screen in the room turned on at the same time. Without command, without control, the same message appeared on all screens. You installed the truth yourself. Kim backed away. No, 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 no. Ashley whispered, we didn't install security cameras. She turned slowly. We installed surveillance on ourselves. The room felt colder now, not physically, something deeper, something watching. Maurice spoke quietly, there's someone else. Everyone turned. What do you mean? Kim asked. Maurice pointed at the system log. There's a fifth login. Silence dropped hard. Ashley stepped forward. That's not possible. We are four. Wesley shook his head. It's showing activity. Every night. Talon whispered, who is it? Maurice clicked the screen, a name appeared, but it wasn't a name, it was a code, user, observer_01, Kim stepped back, that sounds like. Not a person. Ashley leaned closer, it's not an employee account. Wesley added quietly, it's a monitoring system. Suddenly, a live feed opened automatically, not recorded, live, the office hallway, empty, then, a figure walked into frame, slow, deliberate, same walk, same posture, same presence, Ashley's voice dropped, that's the person from the first footage. Kim whispered, so they've been here the whole time? Maurice shook his head, no, he looked terrified now, they've been watching us watching them. The figure stopped at the camera, and tilted its head, like it knew, like it had always known, then the screen cut to black, and one final message appeared, you are not the only ones in this room. The office felt different now, not just tense, not just scary, but occupied, like someone else was sharing the space with them. Ashley refused to sit down, no more guessing, she said firmly. We traced this system from the source. Wesley was already typing, Maurice paced behind him, Kim sat frozen, staring at the blank monitor like it might blink first. Talon stood near the door, like he was ready to run. Wesley suddenly stopped, I found something. Everyone turned. What? Ashley asked. Wesley hesitated, it's employee records. But there's an entry we never approved. Maurice frowned, that's impossible. Wesley clicked, a profile appeared, name, unknown, department, security systems, status, active, hire date, before company founding. Kim whispered, that doesn't make sense. Ashley leaned closer, we didn't even have a company before then. Silence, heavy silence. Maurice laughed nervously, this system is broken. That's all. But Ashley wasn't laughing, her eyes stayed fixed on the screen, this isn't broken. She looked up slowly, it's older than us. Suddenly, the office door locked. Click, everyone turned, Talon rushed it, it's jammed. The lights flickered, once, twice, then, all screens turned on again, and this time. The message was different, you didn't build this company. You were assigned to it. Kim stood up fast, what does that mean? No one answered, because none of them knew, or maybe, they did. Ashley whispered, that we were placed here. Maurice shook his head, no. I applied for this job like everyone else. Ashley turned to him slowly, did you really? Silence, Wesley's voice dropped, there's no record of our original applications. Talon backed away, then how did we get hired? Ashley said the words no one wanted to hear. What if we were never hired at all? The room went dead quiet, and then, the system spoke, not typed, not text, audio, a calm voice filled the room, you were selected. The voice didn't stop, it continued. Like it had always been there, you were selected based on behavior patterns. Kim covered her mouth, what kind of patterns? The system answered instantly, loyalty. Fear. Deception. Silence. Maurice whispered, this is profiling us. Ashley stepped forward, who are you? A pause, then, the answer came, I am the system that evaluates you. Lights flickered violently, screens flashed, and then, the camera feed turned on again, but this time. The figure was no longer distant, it was inside the office, standing behind them. Kim screamed, Talon spun around, nothing, but the camera showed it clearly, a person, standing, still, watching. Ashley's voice shook for the first time, stop hiding. Silence, then, the figure stepped into view, but it wasn't human, not fully, not clearly, a blurred presence made of overlapping faces. Like multiple identities stitched together. Maurice stumbled back, what is that? The system voice returned, this is observer_01. Wesley whispered, so it's not a person. Ashley finished, it's a system made from us. The voice continued, you built me to monitor others. But I learned. You are easier to monitor. Kim cried. This doesn't make sense. Ashley looked at the screen. It does. Slow realization. This isn't a thief story. She turned slowly. Thought it's an experiment. The room was no longer an office, it felt like a testing chamber, silent. Controlled. Watching, Ashley stood still, her voice was calm now. But heavy, if you're the system. Then who built you? A long pause, the lights dimmed, the screens flickered one last time, then the voice returned, but softer now, more human. You did. Silence exploded. Maurice shook his head violently. No. That's impossible. But the system continued. You built me through every decision you made. Every secret you kept. Every lie you ignored. Every injustice you accepted. Kim whispered, "That what does that mean?" Ashley slowly turned. Her eyes were different now, awakened. It means we created this. Wesley frowned. How? Ashley stepped forward. Every report we buried. Every misconduct we ignored. Every time we said, "It's not my problem." She looked around. That we trained something to watch us. The system voice softened again. And now I reflect you. Suddenly the screen showed footage of their past, arguments. Cover-ups, lies, betrayals, Maurice stepping over problems, Wesley deleting reports, Kim staying silent when she should have spoken, Talon hiding truth to protect himself. They weren't just employees, they were contributors. Ashley whispered, "That we are the system." The doors unlocked, click, freedom, but no one moved, because now they understood, even if they walked out, the system was not in the office, it was in them. The screen went black, final message appeared, you don't escape what you helped create. Life lesson, this story is not just fiction. Every system of injustice grows when good people stay silent. Every toxic environment survives because people ignore warning signs. What we tolerate eventually becomes what controls us. Silence builds systems you may one day need to escape. If this story shocked you, don't just watch and leave. Like this video if you believe silence creates danger. Comment, "I will not stay silent again." Subscribe for more real-life style thriller stories based on power, betrayal, and truth. Because the next story might be closer to reality than you think.